Oh, big time, Joe. Big time. It's been a while since I've used the equipment, man. How's the audio check on this thing?
Sounds good. So far,
All
so
right,
good.
got all the colors are bright and shiny.
Yeah.
Joe, I understand that you were at the coast this weekend.
Yeah, we went to the coast and we're there for the beach bash, the No Jimenez Beach Bash. No, we had fun. We were calling it Beach Bums. And yeah, I was there with Sean and Michelle and Jen and Alex. We had a great time out there. Friday, Saturday, we came back on Sunday. Got to watch the World Cup on Friday, which was really nice, dude.
Yeah.
Watch Team USA.
I jinxed Spain, by the way.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and then you got to see, I think you got to see at least one game, right, of the Spurs while you were
Oh, no, I saw them all.
Okay.
I saw them all, man. I was up, the tip-off was at 2:30 in the morning, and I'm up till 5:36 in the morning watching these games, screaming at the top of my lungs, hanging out, by the way, with Knicks fans over there on the cruise.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Disappointing end, though, especially with that Game 4.
Nah, dude. I mean, Game 4 was disappointing, man. And, you were beginning to believe that the Spurs were going to turn the corner, but...
No.
I'll give my thoughts, Joe. It's been a while since I've been on the show, man. 13-day honeymoon. I didn't do any work either at that time, by the way. So
no work. And then you got to get ready for 4th of July.
Who is Chica's purse? We got to talk about the number of purses she got.
Oh, man.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade, we rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
Yeah, we chose to be together and rise together on a Wednesday morning. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio, which is going to host our NBA draft party next week. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It is hump day. It's a special day, Joe, not because I'm back after 2 weeks, but it's a special day because this is episode number 600.
600.
Of the Area 210 podcast. Congratulations to you, Joe.
Yeah, congratulations to both of us. I mean, it's been a long ride for us. We were here at episode 600, so another milestone yet again for the Area 210 podcast. We're glad to have Mike back in the saddle. He's looking a little bit darker there. It got a little sunburn.
I got a sunburn on top of my sunburn, man. I was visiting beaches all along the Mediterranean, man. The French Riviera is where I was hanging out in Nice, France. Got to go to Pompeii. Got to go to Barcelona, Rome, Marseille. I mean, it was 3 days in Rome, 7-day cruise, 3 days in Barcelona, and we had stops all along the way. Very, very nice, man. But Joe, big question for you, man.
Yeah.
Well, I was gone the past 2 weeks. What did I miss? What happened in the world of sports?
I missed a lot. First of all, let's say hi to Mikey. Mikey's saying hi to you, Mike. He says, "What's up, Mike?" Mike Mendes in the house. Everybody's
very nice. What's up, big dog? Yeah, Sam Selena says, has it been 2 weeks? Damn, time flies when we're having fun. Hey, shout out to Sean and Myra for holding down the fort. Like I said, had I known the Spurs were going to be in the NBA Finals, I wouldn't have booked that trip. But I booked that trip before the season started, right? Because wifey Chica and I got married in November. We booked our honeymoon for June. And there I am, 2:30 in the morning on a boat in the Mediterranean, floating along, watching the Spurs lose a 29-point lead in Game 4. I watched every single Spurs game out there. We're going to talk about the Spurs today, right? Because, I got to get my take on it all. My take on it all is basically this. Everyone calm the F down. Like, settle down. Usually I'm the one who's screaming from the mountaintops going, there needs to be all these changes that need to be done and all of that stuff, and I usually do all that. But I think that the frustration that Spurs have is that, yes, we're excited that the Spurs got this far because no one believed the Spurs were going to get this far. No one believed the Spurs would win 62 games. No one believed the Spurs would make it past Oklahoma when the season started, right? What hurts as a Spurs fan is the fact that we know that we're better than the Knicks. and we should have taken them out. That's what hurts. And Joe, game 4, I'm watching it in the middle of the ocean somewhere in Europe, and I'm sitting right next to this guy, and he's a Knicks fan. He's from Brooklyn, and I
Yeah.
watched every single game with him. By the way, we became friends, right? Spurs are up 27 points at halftime, 29 in the third quarter, and he looked at me and he says, "Well, you guys got this one. I'll see you for game 5." And I swear to you, Joe, I said this. I said, Joe, I told this guy, I said, man, I'm not leaving anywhere because this game is not over. I'm a former Houston Oilers fan, and I remember 35-3 against the Buffalo Bills, and they got bounced from the playoffs 41-38. I remember that. And the same feeling that I had as an Oilers fan got relived again when the Spurs lost that game 4 because I saw it happen. And it happened because of the flagrant foul that was assessed to Wemby. It got into Wemby's head. He was afraid to play defense. He was afraid to assert himself. And that's the reason why they lost. It was because of that flagrant foul, which, by the way, was incidental, but it should have been called anyway.
It wasn't
but it is
because
what
of
it
that
is.
flagrant foul. It was because the Spurs played dumb down the
No,
stretch, Mike.
no,
Kept
no.
shooting
But
3-pointers, and they didn't have to do that.
well, let
They
me
didn't
let me finish the thought real fast. Wemby was refusing to block shots and play defense in the rest of the third quarter. He got rattled. And when he's the head of the snake, he got rattled. And he was having a game where he was talking trash and he was having a good game. When he got rattled, everything else kind of just, all the dominoes began to fall. And then the various things like, you know, Fox not to holding up on that one shot at the end of the game, missing free throws. They made only, 7 shots in the second half. Obviously, there was a lot of things that happened. But the first big domino to fall was Wemby's head got out of the game. He started thinking too much, as opposed to just playing ball and playing swatting shots and having fun, which is what he was doing the first 2 quarters. It got into his head. And it got me thinking about that rule, Joe, about 4 points, 4 flagrant points, getting you a 1-game suspension in the
suspended.
playoffs. Amazing how something that happened 3 weeks before, 2 rounds before, was rearing its ugly head. I don't understand how that 4-point rule works. Like, I think it should reset at the end of each series. They'll probably revisit that. But at the end of the day, Joe, we all have to calm down a little bit and think to ourselves, man, what a ride this season was. Mitch Johnson, did he wet the bed at the end? Should he have been playing Dylan Harper more? Yes. Did the inexperience show through? Yes. But at the end of the day, Joe, we are years ahead of where we're supposed to be. And now the question for today's show is, where do we go from here? Because the Spurs have free agents. The Spurs have the number 20 pick in the draft next week. The Spurs have a big question, a big dilemma about what to do about Dylan Harper, because Dylan Harper has proven himself to be the best point guard on this team. Nick Van Exel, former NBA player, former NBA star, coming out and saying that Mitch Johnson died on the De'Aaron Fox mountain when he didn't have to. And that's the interesting thing about it all, because you have De'Aaron Fox's contract, the 4-year extension, kicking in now. His contract now begins now, going to be highest paid Spur, basically $200 million over the next 4 years. You have Dylan Harper, who has ascended himself to being a good rookie, to a great rookie, to now first team All NBA rookie team, to balling out in the NBA Finals, for crying out loud, as a 20-year-old, 19, 20 years old, just balling out this year. And then you have the dilemma about Stephon Castle, the roster, what is needed. Was it simply a thing where we just had a bad matchup against the Knicks? That's a possibility too. There's so much going on with this team, Joe, but I look at it this way, man. We have to take the positives out of the season, because we can't be there and be hypocrites and say, oh, well, we're just salty about this season. This could be our 2013 moment. You know, they always say 2014 was propelled by 2013. Maybe that's the moment right here, right? Maybe we talked about this before the playoffs started, right? You need to have that heartbreak. Guess what we got, Joe? We got heartbreak. We got the gut punch heartbreak. But, Joe, the aspect about Dylan Harper is interesting, because everyone was all about Cooper Flagg, and Cooper Flagg won Rookie of the Year, which should have been him or Con Knipple. Con Knipple broke a record for the most three-pointers by an NBA rookie, and his percentage was so high. And should the Spurs have drafted Con Knipple over Dylan Harper? And what did I say, Joe? No, man. Dylan Harper is the truth. And I said it before the season started, Joe. I said it during the season that Dylan Harper was a better player than who? Stephon Castle. And that the one was Wemby and the two was Harper. And I don't want to hear any Castle talk about being number two. It's not it, man. I don't care if he won Rookie of the Year. He won Rookie of the Year in a bad draft class. Harper's the truth, man. This guy's going to be a 7, 8, 9, 10-time All-Star. He is. And already right now, as Mike Taylor likes to say on In the Building, June 17th in the year of our Lord 2026, in the year of Mary 2026, Dylan Harper is probably what, Joe? The 5th or 6th best point guard in the NBA?
No lies, yeah. He's up there. I mean, if you didn't think that he was a good point guard, him shining in the playoffs and the limited minutes that he got, and then outshining Aaron, right? Mr. Fox there in the finals. That showed you all you needed to see. It was so bad, Mike, the way that Harper outplayed Fox in the finals, that you have everybody on these 4-letter networks all across these media, the media conglomerate, right across the airwaves, on TV. All the major sports stations are talking about what should the Spurs do about Dylan Harper. And they're all have the same consensus, Mike, and that is Mitch needs to have that conversation with Fox and be like, I know you're the highest paid guy on this team. I know you're an instrumental part in what we do, but you got to come off the bench, my guy. Harper's the future, man.
What a difficult situation to have, because the idea was, and I understand where the Spurs were with all this. You draft a 19-year-old player from Rutgers who did not even make it into the NCAA tournament, had a losing record at Rutgers there. And you think to yourself, okay, we're going to bring this guy in. He's probably going to be very dynamic. Bring him off the bench, get him some playing time. We'll bring him up in about 2 or 3 years. He'll be ready for the big time. That was the timeline by which the Spurs drafted Dylan Harper, and they got Fox. But the timeline got all jumbled, Joe.
Yeah.
You see Dylan Harper, and you look at him, and you think to yourself, this guy might actually be a top 5 or 6 point guard in the NBA right now. He is 2 years ahead of schedule. Probably 5 years ahead of schedule, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And you know what, Joe? Here's the thing. Part of me thinks that the Spurs had a certain timeline that I understand, but then maybe the other part of it is, Joe, maybe they didn't understand who they were getting. Because when the draft happened last year, there was a definitive 1 and 1A. Like when Wemby was drafted back in, 2022, 2023, whenever that was, 23, you knew who the number 1 guy was, right? And you knew that there was a big drop-off between number 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 in the draft, right? When Castle was drafted and you had Alex Sarr, Zachary Sarce, and Reed Shepard, it was kind of beauties in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah.
But when the Spurs got that pick, that number 2 overall pick, I remember jumping up and down. I didn't say, oh, we got the number 2 pick. I jumped up and down that day and said, we got Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
Because by far, Dylan Harper was the second best player in the draft. Some would say there was a 1 and 1A between him and Cooper Flagg. And this entire season, we've been hearing chirping from Spurs fans going, man, that Con Knipple, if we had that Con Knipple and his outside shooting, we'd be so much better. And I'm like, dude, they haven't unleashed Harper yet. And what did Devin Vassell say after the deciding game?
He was mad because of his minutes.
Mad because of his minutes. He let the cat out of the bag. And the first thing I thought of was, that was deliberate.
Yeah. They want to go ahead and see Harper.
That's Vassell saying, we come back next season, I want that guy in charge. I want that guy running the point.
He basically said, that boy good. That boy good.
I mean, how often do you see a Spur player say that? Devin Vassell had the cojones to come out and say, hey, man, Harper's been pissed all year long. And here's the thing, Joe. The corporate world says that the Spurs should take care of Fox because they brought him in and not a lot of superstar free agents or all-star free agents want to come to San Antonio. But at the end of the day, you got the Ferrari in the garage, man. Drive the damn thing.
Yeah.
And the idea that the Spurs are going to go out there and start Fox and bring Harper off the bench, Do you want to have a disgruntled superstar in the
In the
on
lineup.
the team in the locker room? Let me ask you this, Joe. This is how you should understand this. And anybody should understand this. There are what 30 teams in the NBA,
Yeah.
something like that. 30 teams. There's 32 right around there. If they had a poll from every team and they said you have Harper and Fox, you can take one, start one next year, Harper or Fox. How many teams would say De'Aaron Fox? Not a
Here's the
damn.
problem. Here's the
Not a
problem.
not a damn one would, right? So why
Here's
is
the
the
thing with that,
positioning?
Mike. You got to think about it this way. There's a team out there that would want Fox,
Yeah,
but what
that
is the thing
50.
that Fox has going against him? He's undersized, right? He's a little small,
Right.
right? But he's one of the fastest players out there on the court. Do you get him for his ball handling? Do you get him to distribute the ball? Is he going to be an efficient, let's say, guy who's going to run the offense? What are the pluses that you get with Fox, right? He can shoot a jumper. Okay. He's pretty good at the line. Okay. He's one of the fastest guys out there. He's a little small. Doesn't give you much on the defensive end. But if you're a team who's needing a point guard, he might fit the bill. But he would probably go to a team that's what, Mike? In desperate need or struggling, one of the lesser teams in the NBA. But the thing that you have to ask yourself with Fox, Mike, is the big question mark. Spurs in the past, and we can't do this anymore. Always have these gentlemen's agreements with these teams, right? They hang on to players too long. Right now, if the Spurs were wanting to move on from Fox, wouldn't right now be the time to go ahead and pull that trigger where he has the most value, right?
Well,
If you wait long, you're going to have to go ahead and pack in some picks. He's going to be later on in his career. Right now, he's in his prime. If you're going to want to move on from Fox, now's the time to do it.
his value was back in February when he was named to the All-Star team. His value is not worthy of his contract anymore.
No.
And I know the gentleman's agreements and whatnot, but at the end of the day, the Spurs have to be loyal to Wemby. What Wemby wants, Wemby's going to get. And if you think that, and this is where I have some optimism about the whole situation, is that if Wemby looks over at Mitch Johnson and says, dude, I want Harper to start, guess who's going to start? Harper.
Yeah.
The biggest man in the building, literally, figuratively, is Wemby. Wemby's going to get what he wants. And if he wants Harper to start, if Wemby's actually a leader of this team, he's going to make sure that Wemby's running mate is going to be Harper. Because I remember, Joe, remember when I said this, Joe? I said this back in like November, December, and everyone gave me crap about it. I said, hey, what happens if Wemby's the Robin to Harper's Batman? And everybody in our chat, powered by PFX La Cantera, was laughing their asses off. I was like, no, man, that Harper guy, like, dude, when I was in Miami watching the Spurs play the Heat, and everyone was talking about Wemby, those guys that I was talking with that were big NBA fans were looking at me going, dude, Harper is so good. So they were like, man, Wemby is amazing, all those dunks, but look at Harper. And it's like everybody sees it from the outside. And we want to look at it and have loyalty on that. F that, man. These players aren't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. You know why? Because Harper is part of the Spurs for the next 7 seasons, because the Spurs have him for 3 more seasons, and then he's a restricted free agent, so the Spurs technically have him for 7 more, and they got Wemby for 6 more. They got Castle for 5 more, whatever that is, right?
Mike, Harper played so well, they forgot about who the rookie of the year was already.
Yeah, like who's
mentioned flag not even one single damn time. And in the eyes of everybody who saw Harper and what he was able to do in that playoff run, and also in the finals, they're looking at Harper, and they all say the same thing we've been saying. That boy good.
Yeah, and we have people in the chat saying, there was one that I saw a few minutes ago saying that Harper likes to shoot the ball, likes to score more than he does pass. Well, isn't that what Jalen Brunson did? And wasn't Jalen Brunson the finals MVP?
Yeah.
It's about what you do as a collective, right? Because what have we learned about this team this year? That's a great topic point right there, Joe. What have we learned about each individual player? We learned that Wemby is an all-time great defensive player, but offensively, he's super inconsistent. That's what we learned. and he needs to work on his consistency. He needs to get stronger. What else did we learn about these players? We learned that Dylan Harper,
Conroe internet.
tight.
You got that Conroe internet came back, but you know what?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Keep that thought because we got to get to these super chats because everybody's saying they're getting buried. Mike comes back and the super chats get buried once again. So here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Thank you, Sam Salinas, for the 199 super chat there. We appreciate your support. He says, Mike Jimenez 1-0 in gladiator fights since you were over there in Rome.
Oh, very nice. I don't know if you saw that photo of me and Chica where we reenacted a gladiator fight in one of the stadiums out there.
No. And we got another incoming super chat.
The idea that you need to have a true point guard is not a thing anymore. It's not a thing. That all ended in 1979 when Magic Johnson was drafted. You can have a shoot first, pass second point guard if you want to, if it works. Jalen Brunson is not a true point guard. Jalen Brunson's a point guard because he's 6'2". But you look at some of these players out there, Joe. Harper, he has the height to be the 2 guy, but his handles are so good and he runs the offense so well, he has to be the point guard. Being the point guard doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have 10 to 11 or 12 assists per game. He's not going to be John Stockton. But what I'm trying to say is that can he run the offense? And he has proven himself to be at such a young age capable on the biggest stage. A guy who never made he didn't play like Wemby in the European League playoffs. He didn't play in the Olympics. He didn't play in the NCAA tournament. His first time in the limelight, this is what Harper did. He was born for this. The son of Ron Harper. He was born for this. You don't need to be. John, I appreciate the super chat and the respect. But he says, doesn't pass the ball enough, jump shot suspect. Who has the best three-point shooting in the NBA after the All-Star break this year? Three-point shooting. Oddly enough, 2 of the top 10, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, were Castle and Harper, rather. Harper gets into the lane. If you look at his stats, Joe, the guy is just, you know what he doesn't do, Joe? He doesn't turn the ball over, man. And that right there is a stat in itself. Dylan Harper's stats right now, looking them up right now. Dylan Harper doesn't make very many boneheaded mistakes. He's not like Castle getting 7 or 8 different problems, 7 or 8 different turnovers. For the season, regular season, before the playoffs started, he shot 50.5% from the field, which for a point guard is pretty damn good. 34.3 from the three-point line. Respectable as a rookie. 76% from free throw line. Average 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Average almost a steal a game.
Yeah, we gotta address these super chats, Mike, because they're getting stacked up.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And this is one from Jason Garcia. Appreciate you. He goes, did the TSA do anything to you, Mike?
Oh my God, man! Nothing happened in the TSA line this time, man. No one in Europe, no one anywhere gave me some grief, man.
And we got another incoming super chat.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
This one's from John Birch, 8744, watching us from YouTube. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. He says, I love Harper, but are we sure he can be a true point guard? He doesn't pass the ball enough. Jump shot is suspect. Can he fix all that? I don't know.
Dude, I disagree, man. His shooting's fine. His shooting is fine. If you go month to month to month, his stats every month, you'll see that his shooting got better as the season went on.
And we got another incoming super chat.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And Jason says, Mike is the Undertaker of super chats because they say when you come back on the show, the super chats get buried, Mike.
Oh, it's funny because normally I see them right away, but because I'm so excited to be back, I've just kind of neglected the right part of my screen, is what it is. But man, Dylan Harper, at 19 years old to start the season, is just an amazing player, man. I know he's 20 years old now, but you go month to month to month. Look at his shooting stats by month, and I'm looking them up right now. Just go by month. He got better and better and better. Do you know what he didn't have, Joe?
No.
He didn't have a rookie wall. And this is Tim Legler on Dylan Harper saying he's a future first-team All-NBA player, and that's true. And that's what I'm saying, Joe. We may have a generational defensive talent in Wemby, but Harper might be a generational offensive talent. He is 6'6". He's not a 6'2" point guard. He's not a 6'3" guy. He's the same height as Castle.
Yeah.
This is a guy that might even still be growing, for crying out loud. He's still young enough to be. And everybody was so excited about Castle when the season started. And what did I say, Joe? I was excited about Harper more than anything else. And now, Joe, you look at it, Harper is the number 2 guy on this team.
Look at the highlights.
All courtesy of FanDuel.
That boy good.
I mean, he plays decent defense.
De'Aaron Fox could never, Mike. Could never.
De'Aaron Fox could never. And, dude, getting 2 feet into the lane is such a difficult skill. But look at the levels by which he can shoot the ball. The levels by which he has – what did I describe him as? Greg Maddux early this year? Just paints the lines over and over again. Like, you don't know where – look at him just cross that guy over.
You know who else was underrated but was really good? Don Mattingly of the Yankees.
Oh, Mattingly was good, man. Donnie Baseball.
Yeah.
He's also on Seinfeld, if I'm not mistaken. But Dylan Harper has great vision, basketball IQ through the roof. He's athletic. Look at that right there, Joe. That's a YMCA move by a 40-year-old on a 20-year-old right there.
That boy good, man.
Dude, and the Spurs have to be faithful and loyal to one person. That's Wemby. Because at the end of the day, what Wemby wants is what Wemby gets. And they can't stuff Fox down their throats. Now the Spurs have several free agents to look at this year. Do any of these guys? Would you want any of these guys back? Harrison Barnes, Kelly Olynyk, Bismack Biyombo, Jordan McLaughlin. By the way, speaking of Harrison Barnes, that's the one guy the Spurs should have played down the stretch.
Oh,
when all hell was going to loose. Barnes settles people down. He's a veteran, 13, 14-year veteran. They needed him out there to be the Corolla and settle everybody down. That's what Mitch Johnson did wrong right there.
I hate to say it, man, but like we're saying, Mitch Johnson died on that Fox seal. He didn't have to because he had the Toyota Corolla was already ready to
Revving
go.
his
Mike.
engines.
Had a tune-up, oil change, new tires, everything. And he said, "Nope, you sit on the bench, my guy." But here's the thing: once you start thinking about what's going to happen with Harrison Barnes, he's expendable now, Mike. If you go ahead and go with Harper, right, and you have him as your PG1, right, and let's say you put him in the starting lineup, which they probably won't, but if they did, and then you have Fox coming off the bench, means that there's not going to be a lot of minutes left over for Harrison Barnes. Unfortunately, you're going to have to say goodbye to him. But you also got to say goodbye to some of the other scrubs that are there on the bench this year. Olynyk,
Kelly Olynyk,
Bismack Biyombo, Plumlee.
Well, let's do the numbers here. Harrison Barnes, $19 million, gone. Kelly Olynyk, $13.5 million, gone. Jordan McLaughlin, $2.3 million, gone. Lindy Waters, $2.3 million, gone. Bismack Biyombo, $2.3 million, gone. Mason Plumlee, $725,000, gone. And another one that's gone, Joe, Jeremy Sohan, $7.1 million, gone. But the idea is the Spurs need to re-sign some of their guys, right? Julian Champagnie is on a team deal. If you are the Spurs right now, Joe,
what's the value of him, Mike? What is the value of Champagnie? He's taken a team-friendly deal over the last couple seasons. He had a great breakout season. He looked good, at times during the finals when he was able to knock down some threes. What is his value now? What does the open market dictate what he's worth?
Well, here's the thing. It's a team option for $3 million. So if they wanted to say, dude, you're gonna play for $3 million, and that is what it is, they have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
At that point, though, he's gone.
Open market's gonna have him getting paid a lot more than $3 million.
Right. And Mikey Mendez over here on our chat, powered by PHX La Cantera, says we need to take care of my boy Champagnie. Because if they don't take care of him now, look what's going on with George Pickens and the Cowboys, right? They slap a tag on him. They're keeping him locked away for 1 year, and Pickens wants to have long-term security, right?
Yeah.
And if Pickens gets hurt, he's screwed, right? So that's why he's pissed off about the Cowboys, and that's why there's some animosity between George Pickens and his camp to Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and the Cowboys camp. Champagnie, if you want to be a dick about it, Joe, you just tell him to play for $3 million and we'll figure it out later on, right? But if you want him to be on that team long term, you have to lock him down, and you don't do the Jerry Jones thing of waiting to see what his market value is going to be later on, because his market value might go up. Right? Remember when they could have locked down Prescott for $40 million, but then years later they got him for $60 million a year
because of stupid ass Jerry. Yeah.
So the idea is lock him down for 3 or 4 seasons, right? But in a manageable contract, probably you asked me what he's worth for Champagne, 17 to 20
a year,
15 to 20 million. Yeah.
Oh man, at that point he can go. Bye.
He's a starter, Joe.
Bye.
How many starter? Dude, we saw those contracts there. Lindy Waters at 2.3 million, right? Lindy Waters is the back of the bench at 2.3 million. Julian Champagne, who got picked off the trash heap from Philadelphia a few years ago, when they picked him up, he was a scrub. Turned into cardio, turned into a starter, turned into a reliable shooter.
Still scrub on the defensive end. That's the only gripe I have.
He's gotten better. He's not bad. He's gotten decent. He's gotten decent at D. He's gotten decent.
The Knicks would get those switches right all the time because they wanted Brunson to go get matched up with Champagne. As soon as Brunson saw Champagne, barbecue chicken, bro, every single time.
Well, Brunson is like 9 times faster than Champagne. Champagne doesn't play point guard.
Champagne couldn't do nothing, dude. On the
dude, no, there's nobody plays a 3 spot who can do anything against Brunson.
He's garbage, man. But if he's not knocking down threes and he can't play defense, what you doing?
At the end of the day, is he a starter on this team?
I don't know, man.
Because if he's a starter, you pay him starter money. Why would he be a starter? Why would he and his camp be happy coming back to the Spurs, starting as a starting?
Well, why do you want Champagne? Is it because you became a fan, or you really like his game?
Well, what's the alternative? What is the alternative?
Step up. Let somebody else step up. See what
they
got.
Lindy Waters? Who's gonna play the 3 spot? Because that's the thing about sports, Joe, is we can all bitch, moan, and complain about player A, B, and C, but what's the alternative? Now, if you're gonna say the alternative is getting Rui Hachimura, which is very, very possible,
yeah,
then that's a possibility. But then you're taking the risk of losing Champagne to go get somebody else who may not come in. Remember, we were talking back in the day about how the Spurs could get Austin Reeves potentially, and then Austin Reeves was like, "No, I don't want to go to the Spurs." He was like, "You're down to the final 2 or 3 teams," and he goes someplace else, right? They could just say that they want to go someplace else. Champagne is a starter on this team, whether or not we want to like it or not. He's a starter on this team. He spreads the floor. That being said, you pay a starter money. Because if you tell Champagne to go out there and play for $3 million next year, he's going to tell us to go F off at the end of next season.
Yeah.
Because he needs to make money for his family, generational wealth, right? And I'm tired of all these Spurs fans going about, oh, they got to take team-friendly deals. Shut the F up, man. That's the stupidest sports take of all time. You know why? Because them hoes aren't loyal, dude. Them hoes aren't loyal, and they'll get rid of you in a heartbeat. Dude, I saw that interview with Dwayne Wade the other day. I don't know if you saw the interview with Dwayne Wade. He was talking about the Miami Heat and LeBron James and the championship runs that they had and all that stuff. They asked him if he had any regrets. You know what his regret was?
Make more
taking
money.
A pay cut to bring LeBron. He goes, I look at that money, Joe. He goes, I look at all the money that he pissed away. Dwayne Wade pissed away $100 million to play with LeBron James. And when LeBron James was done with him, he was out.
Yeah.
And Dwayne Wade, in a podcast the other day, said, looking back at it, I wish I had that money back. We could have made championship runs without LeBron. I would want to have that money back.
But he wanted to play with LeBron.
Right. But you look back at it in retrospect, it didn't work out that way. It shouldn't have worked out that way. Yeah. Champagne is worth, I mean, if Keldon Johnson was worth $17 million 5 years ago as a starter, wouldn't you think Champagne would be worth the same as a starter now, if not more?
Absolutely not.
3 years, $60 million. 3 year. I mean, it's going to be no less than 17.
The Spurs have to be smart with their money, because what do you have looming up on the horizon? Wemby's going to have his max deal coming up here in the summer. You have Castle's rookie deal going to be expiring, right? What are you going to do? You want to go ahead and keep your young core intact. You have Harper, right? You have Vassell right now. Now, if you want to keep Castle, you want to go ahead and keep Wemby happy, you're going to have to pay him. That means you're going to have to move up in that first, second, or third apron in order to keep everyone together. You got to make smart decisions. And sometimes, like I tell Spurs fans, they get enamored with players and, oh, this is a fan favorite. You can't do that because they're all expendable. At some point in time, they can be moved on. They can move away from said player and be like, you know what, this is for the betterment of the team. If you want to keep the three young core players intact, you want to keep Wemby happy, you want to keep Castle happy, you want to keep Harper happy, you want Vassell in the mix because he's the glue of the team. I mean, there ain't enough money to go around at the end of the day. They have to make smart decisions. And with the gentleman's agreements and all that, that's a thing of the past now, man. You just got to learn to move on and go and drop people off at the fire station, Mike. Sometimes a tough decision has to be made. We do got incoming super chats.
Here comes the money.
And it's Mario Cavazos. Thank you for the super chat. He says, to Dylan Harper, being better than Donovan Mitchell in year 2, and Wemby to learn from the big fundamental. And he goes, and creates a go-to shot next season. I get that. What they were saying is kind of like they need Wemby to go ahead and form a signature move to the rim, especially in the paint, putting his back to the rim and forming a signature move.
We'll fast. Can I answer that one real fast?
Yeah.
We'll talk about Joanne Tomko. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. Says, I agree. Harper has earned the right to be promoted to the starting lineup. 100% agree on that. And thank you for the super chat, sister. Going on to that question about having to learn from the big fundamental to create that go-to shot next season. They're going to the wrong superstar, Joe. Wemby does not need to be working with Tim Duncan. Wrong guy. He needs to be working with David Robinson.
5-0.
Dude, David Robinson had that 14-foot jumper from basically the free throw line, right? Just sky up like a freaking giraffe and just nail it down. Wemby has shown the ability to make that shot from time to time. Sometimes it's at an angle. Sometimes he's leaning back or whatever. But go straight up with that shot. I don't want to see Wemby develop a bank shot. I want to see him develop David Robinson's game. I want to see him develop that 14-foot jumper in the middle of the lane over everybody because they're not going to be able to block it. Yeah. I want to see that game developed by Wemby, not Tim Duncan's game. Tim Duncan's game does not match.
Look at here, Sean talking crap. All right, Waterburger. He says Joe is okay with Olenek making 13 mil, but doesn't want to give Julian anything. I never said that. You're putting words in your mouth. You can make me a patty melt, my brother. Go make me a patty melt. But I'm saying I don't want to pay Olenek either. Like we just said, the guys that are expendable: Olenek, Bismack Biyombo, Plumlee, McLaren.
But there's always guys at the end of the bench, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you can get anybody off of the bench.
Every team has 5 or 6 guys that don't play.
Of course.
David Jones-Garcia, Bismack Biyombo. Or you keep them in there for the purposes of they're the height man for your guy. Like Bismack Biyombo, is he going to come back next year? Probably. You know why? Guess who likes him? Guess who he works out with, Joe?
Wemby.
He works out with Wemby. So, Wemby wants Biyombo back. Biyombo comes back. Some of these players, Joe, do things in practice, and that's their point. That's a part of their team.
You missed out yesterday, dude. Sean was wearing this orange shirt, UTSA, I believe.
Yeah.
Or Astros, one of the two. And they were with the white headset, and they said it looked like he was ready to take a Whataburger order. So they put Whataburger, Malibu Barbie. Said, oh, my God.
I like that, dude. I like that a lot. Speaking of Sean, let's give some love to our good friends over at PF Chang's La Cantera.
All right, let's do it. PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. And thank you to PF Chang's for all they do. Again, it's going to be Wine Stay Wednesday. So make sure you go out there and enjoy some half off bottles of champagne and wine every Wednesday all day. And if you go out there, make sure you tell Sean Quintero that the Area 210 sent you. Maybe he sweetened the deal for you a little bit. And also try the lettuce wraps. They're delicious, by the way.
They are delicious, Joe. Man, the lettuce wraps there are amazing. Joe, I gotta tell you about some of the food that I had out in Europe, man. I gotta tell you
Yeah.
what, man. I I had some of the greatest tapas in the world over there in Spain. The food was good. The cruise line, Norwegian, that's some eyed food. It was eyed.
Right.
But man, I had no fast food this entire time I was there. But yesterday, before going to the airport, stopped at a McDonald's. Joe, that was one
You
of the
eat
best.
the food of the poor.
It was one of the best burgers I've ever had in my entire life, Joe.
McDonald's.
Dude, the McDonald's burgers in Europe are legit.
You were eating the food of the poorest, though.
Dude, it tasted like real beef. It was weird. It was like a real actual burger with good food. And I'll tell you something, Joe. Here's the thing about Europe. We'll get back to the Spurs in a second. And upcoming drafts talk. They're so advanced over there, man. Like when you go to the restaurant, the tip and tax is already included in the price. They anticipate a tip, Joe, of like $2 or $3, Joe. But everything's in the price. You go to the grocery store, guess what, Joe? What to the grocery store over there? Everything's cheaper than the United States. Man, we're getting our eyes gouged out price-wise, man. The cost for eggs over there is cheaper. Milk, cereal, candy, chips, all of that is so much cheaper over there. And then you add the fact that the tipping culture is not there, the 20% extra or whatever. It's not there. It's added. You go to the store. This is $2, €2, €4, €5, €3. You just add it up, and that's the price, Joe. And everything's rounded up a lot. It's so good, Joe. It was and then siestas exist, Joe. They shut down the place for 3 to 4 hours during the day so that people can go do stuff. It's really cool, man. The work-life balance in Europe is amazing.
And
Love
we
hanging
do
out
have
with the
some
locals.
incoming super chats that we got to get to as well. So give me a second here while I pull these up. We got one here coming in from Jason. Jason
Oh.
Garcia.
All right.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I'm starting to keep tabs, Jason. He says Sam, you should charge Mike for that. He's saying okay. I guess they're talking about something, and Jason is laughing at Sean because of the Whataburger
Yeah.
picture that he put up there. So thank you for that. But one thing that I was going to show is something that Sean actually sent us via the media share. And what he's trying to show us here is he's trying to go ahead and show us a new item that's going to be coming up here at PF Chang's.
Yeah.
So
warm water. Save the rest for that, and then at this point, you'll be taking it to deliver it.
Look at the boat. Look at the boat, Mike.
I like it.
So it's like a steamboat or something like that. It's a boat with sushi on it, and they go ahead and bring it to you, and they serve it to you at your table, and it has all this smoke that comes out of it. That looks pretty cool, man.
It looks pretty cool, man. Like I said, they do a fantastic job over at PF Chang's La Cantera, man. Amazing job. Man, have special events over there. I know we birthday parties, bridal showers, baby showers, all of a great place to be, man. Great place to be. Joe, the draft is next week. Let's talk about the upcoming party that we're going to have at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a little shindig here, a little party that's gonna
Little
be
soiree.
taking place on Tuesday, June 23rd, day of the NBA draft. We're gonna be our own NBA draft watch party. Already got free swag bags that we're gonna be giving out. I already got all the stuff that we're gonna give out ready to go. Just put it in the bag and give it out there to you guys. We're gonna have at least 30 of these bags ready to go. We'll have some giveaways as well. And again, the party will start at 6 p.m. Come out there and hang out with me and Miguelito. And it's going to be at the Hard Rock, which is 111 West Crockett Street. So it's going to be a good time. And of course, it's sponsored by PF Chang's La Cantera.
CBS Sports just came out with an NBA mock draft today. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there. NBA mock draft as to who should be going when and where in the draft. Number one, they have Adrian Debonsta from BYU going number one to the Washington Wizards. They have Cam Boozer from Duke going to the Jazz at number two. Darren Peterson of Kansas going to the Grizzlies. Our good friend over from Brendan High School, Kingston Flemings. They have him dropping all the way to number 9 to the Dallas Mavericks. Can you imagine Kingston Flemings with the Cooper flag? Not bad, not bad at all. But let's go down to where the Spurs are picking at number 20. Or actually,
All right.
we'll show this one player that everybody in the Spurs Twitter has fallen in love with. Keep scrolling down. I think it was at number 14. Morez Johnson. Okay. Everybody in Spurs fandom, Spurs Twitter, is all about Morez Johnson right now. And I get it, dude. I absolutely get it. The guy can play. From Michigan, played 2 years over at Michigan, shot 34% from 3, 13.7 rebounds. He's kind of like a glue guy, dude. He's kind of like a Harrison Barnes kind of guy
Yeah.
as a power forward. His stock is rising, and I go on Spurs Twitter all day long, and they're like, "Man, if Morez Johnson falls down in the draft, he's not going to slide in the draft. If anything, he's going to go up to 10 or 11, right? Probably worst case scenario is 14 or 15. We're at 20, Joe. So
Let's
I
see.
question, Joe, because at number 20 they have the Spurs going out and getting Allen Graves. And every single mock draft that I've seen, I've only seen 3, but I saw 3 last night, Joe. CBS Sports. One was SI. The other one was Yahoo. They all have the Spurs taking Allen Graves. And by the way, the Spurs have already worked out Allen Graves at the Rocket Lockett. He was like one of the first ones that they brought into the Rock. Allen Graves, a power forward as well. I was looking up his highlights. I mean, I saw Santa Clara play a couple times last year. I'm not going to be like I'm a Santa Clara guy. But Santa Clara is a basketball program. Averaged 12.7 rebounds. They're saying that he's a very, very solid kind of guy, that he does everything right. That he may not be elite at a lot of things, but look at that 3-point shooting percentage, Joe. Well, what percentage do you see right there?
41.3%.
Oh, okay. I mean, isn't that what we want to stretch for?
Yeah.
So I know everyone's all about Johnson from Michigan. I know Santa Clara is kind of a mid-major. But, hey, man, if you can shoot 41.3% from 3, I'm all about you. I'm all about you.
So that's who the Spurs are picking at 20. And as you start rounding out the rest of the bunch, I mean, you see some other players. But the thing with this year's draft, Mike, is it's deeper than the years past. So you can still find value, even though the Spurs are at 20. You can still find value there. You know, case in point, look at Allen Graves. He's a project player, yes, and he's either going to go one of two ways. It's either boom or bust. He's going to pan out, and Spurs are going to be like, man, we got this guy at number 20. Look at where he's at now. That boy good. Or he's going to be like, what's his name? Gone.
Go to basketball. Go to tankathon.com.
All right.
I want to show you something. This is for Spurs fans out there who are looking at doing things. And when you get the screen up, I want to show you something.
All right.
JHNSB says Allen Graves looks like a Geico insurance salesman. No thanks. Hey, I sell Geico. Okay, go to mock draft from the top left, Joe. And then scroll down to 20 for the Spurs. So they have the Spurs taking Chris Sinak from Houston, right? But let's go find Allen Graves. So you see Allen Graves at 24. They have him going to the Knicks at 24. Click on him. Well, I like about basketball, but tankathon.com. And if you scroll down, it gives what he is good at and what he's bad at. And they say the best thing that he's good at is steals, his assist to turnover ratio, offensive rating. He's good at not turning the ball over very much. Offensive rebounds he's good at. What he's good at is on the green side. His weaknesses on the right-hand side. Maybe not the best defender. Kind of gets into foul trouble. So that's a really good. So if you're going to go onto a website to kind of learn more about the players and their pros and cons, I would encourage you to go to tankathon.com.
And there you go. Like you said, it's easy to follow. Strengths, weaknesses. Not a lot of weaknesses. Got a lot of strengths. One of the things that the San Antonio Spurs did get killed by when they were playing in the New York Knicks, OG Anunoby. That power forward at 6'8", kind of a strong guy, gets down in the paint, was able to push Wemby out of the way, was able to go ahead and score some points, point blank at the rim, had a high basketball IQ. He presented some matchup problems for the Spurs. He was a problem, and he did come back to bite them in the ass because He had that one play where the Spurs still had an opportunity to win that game 4, where he just soared through the lane and put back that missed shot, and that's all she wrote, Mike, because nobody put a body on him.
Well, I mean, OG Anunoby has been somebody that the Spurs have coveted for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So we can't act as though this guy is just like a nobody who just kind of came through in the playoffs.
Oh, he was not a nobody. He was good. He was good.
2-time NBA champion. He won with Kawhi back in the day. 2-time All NBA defensive second team. He was a steals leader in 2023. The guy is a very, 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 very solid player. He's not a superstar. He's not a multi-time all-star or anything like that. He's just a really good player,
He's
man.
just smart, Mike. He's just a smart basketball player.
He's kind of like, I mean, not kind of like, they're not identical or anything like that, but like what Harrison Barnes was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, just a super solid player that makes a good team better.
Oh, my, Mike. That AI's on overtime.
Oh, with the racket.
With the racket. Oh, my God, Mike. You could do some damage with the tennis racket, brother.
I can, man. That's funny, dude. I'm looking for.
We got another incoming super chat real quick.
Here comes the money.
That's from Sam Salinas. Thank you. He said, put the Spurs to bed. Time to get over it. Western Conference 2026.
Well, did you see the odds for who's going to win the NBA Finals next year? Came out.
Who is it?
Number 1 odds to win the Finals? Your San Antonio Spurs, according to DraftKings.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
But now you have expectations, whereas beforehand you didn't have that. So that's the big deal.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the photos of me and Chica doing our gladiator impersonation.
Oh God,
that's so funny. Oh, here it is. Maybe not. If I find, I'll send it to the group chat. But Joe, are you looking forward to the draft?
I am. I'm going to start a poll right now too. I'm going to find out what's a head count here for people that are going to be going to the NBA draft watch party that we're going to have next Tuesday.
Joe, I'm sending this to the group chat here. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. No, but have you ever been to Europe, Joe?
No, I have never been to Europe. I've never been.
It is an experience, man. It's just a different vibe, man. But I just sent it to the thing.
Yeah.
We went to Pompeii, which is, I believe, is Mount Vesuvius that had erupted, and they have all the bodies there of all the of a lot of the victims that were found over there. They were found full pose, and they put a plaster over them.
No,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
go ahead and show what we have as far as your pictures go. I'm going to show the picture you sent in the media share.
We're stabbing each other with water bottles. That was over in Pompeii. That was pretty cool. Roman Coliseum. Okay, here's the thing, Joe. Roman Coliseum was awesome. That was on my bucket list. It did not disappoint, man. Roman Coliseum was amazing.
Did you say, are you not entertained?
Were you not entertained? The Vatican
Was
Chica
beautiful.
and I were really disappointed.
No?
We're not Catholic. Maybe that has something to do with it, but it just seemed like, I mean, the whole thing about the Vatican was basically paintings of naked dudes, and it's naked dude, statue of naked dude. Like within about an hour, Chico's looking over me and goes, "Dude, is the Vatican all about just penises? Because everything's a penis there, Joe. Everything's a penis. You can't go into one room at the Vatican and not see 15 dicks on the wall,
No.
or 15 penises on a statue. It's the entire complex is just penis after penis.
So you give the Vatican then, because of all this stuff that's going on, you're going to give it your thing that you always do. When you don't like something, what do you do?
Stupid. No, just find out.
Ole, 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 ole.
Stupid. stupid. No, but what was good at the Vatican though was the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo's, paint frescoes and paintings on the ceiling. That was amazing. What else was amazing there? The St. Peter's Basilica was really nice. The square, boring. The Vatican tour, kind of boring. Pompeii was all right. Nice, France, amazing.
No. We got an incoming super chat here.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And it's from John Birch, 8744. Thank you for watching and appreciate the super chat. He says, "Hey, Mike, what big would you like the Spurs to sign so we don't get killed in non-Wemby minutes?"
How about so that Wemby doesn't get killed? Draymond Green.
You want an enforcer?
It's beyond an enforcer. He can learn from Draymond. Draymond's a future Hall of Famer. I mean, I know a lot of Spurs fans don't like him. Spurs fans hated Robert Horry too before he became a Spur. You have to build your team around what you need. He's a great passer. He rebounds the ball. He's a good defender. Yeah, he sucks at 3-point shooting, but just don't have him shoot as many threes, man. I would go after Draymond, and you can get him at a good price.
You know what? This was a good topic of discussion, a good question to think about, right? Because I was telling Spurs fans, the Spurs going on this amazing run that they had in this year's playoffs, right, all the way to the finals. After 7 years of not being in the playoffs, was special. But you can't take things for granted. Can never do that. What are the odds Wemby never gets back to the NBA Finals during his career? Right? I'm sure that that's not going to typically happen, but with this Yahoo Sports, let's say, post they put on the X was asking, is that same scenario? And they're showing players who never got back, right? Chris Paul.
Joe Burrow in the NBA and in the NFL,
Miller,
rather.
Allen Iverson, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, might never get back.
I mean, that is something to be said. But if Wemby's healthy for his career, he's going to go back.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt. But I'm just saying it's a topic of discussions in the world of what ifs. What if this happened? But more than likely, with the Spurs being healthy, like you said, plays a big factor. I would assume they'd be there.
So CBS Sports has their rankings, Joe, the top 40 free agents for this year.
Yeah.
And let's go through some of them, Joe. Would we want any of these as Spurs? And by the way, the whole Wemby not going back, that's just a health thing. Because as long as he has Harper and Castle behind him, health is going to be the only thing they hope that prevents Wemby from going back. Number one, they have Austin Reeves, but he has a player option to stay with the Lakers. Jalen Duren, a restricted free agent, which means that the Pistons can match. Unrestricted free agents, LeBron James. He can go wherever he wants to go.
He needs to retire, dude.
Trae Young, player option if he wants to stay for $40 million in Washington. Walker Kessler is restricted. Peyton Watson restricted. So these are all restricted accounts, right? James Harden's not going to say no to $43 million. Andrew Wiggins is not going to say no to his money. Draymond Green has a player option, Joe, to return to Golden State in California for $27.7 million. The Spurs could offer him $20 million and be in the same price range. Why? No state income tax in the state of Texas. So, Draymond Green, ranked number 9. Going through all the other names over here, Joe. Ayo from the Wolves, unrestricted free agent. That might not be a bad pick up there. Terry Eason, restricted free agent, who had played with the Rockets. Fred VanVleet, coming off an ACL injury. Kristaps Porzingis. Rui Hashimura. Okay, he shot 42.6% from three last year. I mean, wouldn't you say that the number one? I would say Rui would be the number one go-to for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Number 2 would be Draymond. Give me one of those two guys. I'm not interested in John Collins. I know Mitchell Robinson's a free agent. They have Quentin Grimes, Kobe White, CJ McCollum, Norm Powell, maybe. Ben Mathurin. I know we don't need that position, but I've always liked his game. There's not a lot out there, Joe.
It's not. Sometimes maybe the best move is just to kind of stand pat, man.
Stand pat. But go out and get Rui. Would he want to leave the Lakers to go play with Wemby? That's the big deal.
Maybe.
Let's give some love to our good friends over at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio who are hosting our NBA draft party next week, and we'll tell you more about the party as well.
The Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. There we go. So shout out to the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. We appreciate everything they do for us. And again, if you want to go ahead and join us, we're going to be there next Wednesday as we host the NBA Draft Watch Party. Again, we'll have free swag bags, giveaways. That'll be Tuesday, June the 23rd at 111 West Crockett Street. Party starts at 6. And, of course, it's sponsored by P.F. Chang San Antonio.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Joe, what if the Spurs traded their pick? Would you be pissed off about that?
It depends on what they're getting. They traded for what, Mike? What are we talking about?
For future draft compensation. Because you know how you were saying earlier, I was thinking about this the other day. You know how you were saying, well, the Spurs can't have Julian Champagny at a high price point because we got to pay Castle at some point and Wemby at some point. We already have books. But every time you pick a player in the first round, they have a guaranteed contract for at least 3 years. There's a fourth-year team option. If the Spurs keep drafting players, they're adding guaranteed roster spots and losing flexibility with the cap because it's a predefined amount that they get as first-round picks. I don't think the Spurs have any ability right now to be adding on pick after pick because we have our pick this year. We have Atlanta's next year from part of the DeJounte Murray trade. Why would the Spurs want to keep adding rookies to the team? We already have our young guys.
Because you have to have some type of talent, right, to replenish the roster in case somebody decides to leave. But again, the Spurs, they have a good issue on their hands, or a good problem on their hands, where you have an already young group of players that are very good. Do you still want to go ahead and draft a guy in this year's draft, 6'8", power forward? If he's still there, you go ahead and get him.
Yeah, but that guy's not going to.
He's a project. He's a project.
Their projects won't play for 3 or 4 years.
Exactly. He's
why are the Spurs picking players in the draft that have no chance of playing any minutes next season?
Yeah, I mean, he would be delegated to what? The G League, you know?
Yeah.
Over there.
We have 8 guys under 25, man. Castle, Harper. You go all the way down to Carter Bryant. So all these guys are so young. Champagne's 25, 26 years old. Why are we adding youth to the team when we should be rounding off the edges with veterans?
I wouldn't be mad, right? So I'm just saying, if this is the scenarios that Spurs fans have to realize, right? If they go ahead and draft this guy, they get enamored with, man, look at him. He's 6'8". He's a power forward. But he's not going to play any minutes. Is he going to be delegated to the G League? What's going to happen to the Spurs as far as them going into that apron again? You know, they have to have to think about all this before that move is made. Now, if the Spurs go ahead and say, you know what, we're going to give the 20th pick to somebody, you know, another team that wants it. They're going to give us draft compensation for future picks, you know, maybe a couple years from now. Maybe at that point it might make sense, right, Mike? Because you have expiring contracts coming up. You might need to go ahead and replenish the roster, and having future picks would help do that, right? So you can look 3 to 4 years down the road. Okay, let's see what we can do now. Now we're ready to draft, you know, but right now I wouldn't be mad if the Spurs got an offer for future picks in the next 3 to 4 years. Okay.
Do you know what the Spurs can do with those picks, Joe?
Yeah.
They can trade those picks to get rid of De'Aaron Fox.
Good.
You know how that works, right? Because that's how
we
got De'Aaron Fox.
Salaries match and all that. Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, because if you have a team that has the cap space, you don't need them. You don't need a match. You don't need a match, right? If the Spurs told the team, "Hey, look, Take De'Aaron Fox's 4 years, $200 million deal, whatever it was, right? It averages out to be 50 some odd million. Take his deal, and we'll give you 3 first rounders. Just take them off our hands. That's what the Spurs theoretically could do. It's happened before in the NBA, where you just look at it and go, hey, man, that was a crap pick. That was a crap move that we had. We don't need him anymore. Attach picks, and he could be gone.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the incoming picks for the Spurs, Joe. Some interesting ones for the Spurs right now, right? So this year, the Spurs have the number 20 pick. We have the swap with Atlanta, so we moved up from 29 to 20. We have 2 second rounders, 3 second rounders this year. 2028, we have a swap with Boston.
Yeah.
2030, Joe. How about this one? The Spurs get the best of the 3: Dallas, San Antonio, or Minnesota. Whoever has the best draft pick is what the Spurs get. We have a swap with Sacramento in 2031. I mean, interesting. So how excited are you about the World Cup?
I'm excited about the World Cup. Like I said, I liked watching Mexico win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on Friday, that past Friday, when we were out there enjoying the beach weekend, we got to see Team USA had a great match against Paraguay. They scored 4 goals. It was amazing. Every time they scored a goal, we're all going crazy. I think the one that really got into it was Sean's wife, Michelle.
Oh,
Michelle
why?
was yelling at the TV, man. It was hilarious. She was like, USA, USA. And we would score goals. She would go crazy, dude. It was a lot of fun. It was a great atmosphere to be a part of. We all had an amazing time watching Team USA. And, this is the schedule that we have coming up today as well. If you're watching the World Cup, the daily schedule is as follows. 1 p.m. game. It's going to be 12 o'clock our time. That's going to be Portugal and Congo. That's going to be over at the Peacock Network, and it's going to be in Houston, Texas. And you're going to have England and Croatia. That's in Group L. That's going to be in Arlington, Texas. 3 o'clock p.m. start for that match there. You can watch it on the Peacock. Group L, you have Ghana and Panama, and that's going to take place at 6 p.m. tonight, again on the Peacock. And then Group K, you round that out. You're going to be in Mexico City. So you're going to have Uzbekistan against Colombia at 9 o'clock. That's a late tip, Mike.
It is, man. Is it a tip or is it a kick? It's a late kick.
And what does it go, 86 minutes to play, and then until they start adding extra minutes and whatnot, then it extends it.
Yeah, so Messi had a hat trick last night, man. That was pretty exciting. Dude, the city of Houston's getting rave reviews for NRG, man.
Yeah,
the
looks
NRG Stadium.
Mike.
I mean, the Alamo Dome could never, right? like going to the Alamo Dome is like going into Kickapoo. Going to NRG is like going to the Bellagio, man.
Mike. Over here kicking the city while they're down, Mike. Come on.
Joe,
Come
you and
on.
you know what's so funny, Joe? I quoted you when I went to a game at NRG, and you said, and I quote, the Alamo Dome could never, and I laughed. I literally took your words and just said them. And now you're throwing me under the bus.
Oh, I'm just laughing because I said the Alamo Dome looks like a shoebox, dude. It's a shoebox, a barn.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And thank you, GC3, watching us from YouTube right now. He goes, "Did you see PETA ask the Spurs to rebrand to Spores?"
F them tree huggers, man. Okay, I can be liberal sometimes. But PETA can get 2 fingers up the middle, man. I'm sorry. PETA's stupid. PETA is ridiculous.
You know what was stupid, Mike? Did you see this, Mike? Gina on her thing again, man. Mayor Jones wants the world's 6th richest person to help pay for the Spurs' planned $1.3 billion downtown arena. She says, and I quote, Mike, "I think it's only fair," Jones said of her request to Michael Dell, who purchased a 10% stake in the franchise in 2021.
So because he bought a 10% stake, not the principal owner of the team,
yeah,
because he has a 10% stake, I want him to pay for him. Gino Ortiz-Jones is a effing moron, dude. Effing moron. And I have. She needs to take a long, tall swig out of a glass of shut the F up. She's awful. She's the most ridiculous, stupid, asinine mayor the city of San Antonio has ever had in my lifetime. And we've had Garza and Wolf and Peak and Nuremberg and Cisneros, and all have done pretty decent jobs as mayor. Gino Ortiz-Jones is a joke. Lila Cockrell was a good mayor. Gino Ortiz-Jones is an absolute joke.
And she's still trying to shake the Spurs down for them not bringing over that MLS team. And she's still trying to go ahead and get the couple mil or whatever that the Spurs owe the city for that deal. I'm just like,
do you ever notice that nobody hangs around with her? That like no one in her staff stays.
No,
she gets censored by her own city council. She's an idiot, dude.
Hey,
She's
Mike, maybe you should run for mayor.
A former mayor asked me to run for politics a long time ago, Joe.
Miguelito for mayor?
A former mayor asked me to go run for politics. He asked me to run for Northside trustee.
And we already got the perfect slogan for you if you run for mayor. We'll just pass the shirts out. Shut up, Gina.
Shut up, Gina. Shut up, Gina. Make more money. Hey, if you can, show me some love. Give me a call at 210-508-0369. I have to pay off my vacation. 210-508-0369. I paid for my vacation, but man, I ran up a tab when it came to the gifts and buying Chica stuff over there. It was amazing. Took her to the Louis Vuitton store over there. She went a little wild.
How many purses did she come back with over there?
I'm afraid to say.
Oh God.
I just said approved. I'm afraid to say, Joe, but she had a wonderful time out there. It was our honeymoon, and I told her, I said I'm okay with it because we didn't have a wedding.
Yeah.
So all the money we would have spent on a wedding, we spent on the trip, and we had a great time. But hey, man, I've been doing financial advising for 21 years. My business partner Joel Marius and we now have $45 million under management. It's a fun job. We help people get from point A to point B when it comes to investments and stuff like that. I had another 70,000 get thrown into the mix today. Got another 290,000 going into the mix tomorrow. I love working with people when it comes to their finances. 210-508-0369. I'll show you how to make money in the market. More importantly, show you ways of how to not lose money, because like in sports, it's not about also the assists. It's also about the turnovers made. Reduce your turnovers when it comes to your investments. Reduce those years where you're not making money. Give me a call, 210-508-0369. If you have questions about life insurance, long-term care, disability, or even things like auto and homeowners insurance, give me a call, 210-508-0369. Matt Gomez says the over-under of purses is 5. Don't want to say.
Or what does the saying go, Mike? Happy wife, happy life.
Mario Cavazos asking, a lot of baby making in Europe, huh? Man. No lies detected. Jason Garcia said he'd vote for Mike.
Miguelito?
Make it happen, baby. Make it happen. Rafa has come out and says, Gina trying to get her money from SS&E like Big Worm on Friday. Gina could be like, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions, Pookie.
You know what that does, Mike? Honestly, when she does stuff like this, it makes the city look poor. Like she's a beggar, a panhandler. I need the money. We need the money because we can't afford to pay for it. What are we doing?
Well, Joe, I mean, we saw this when it came to the Spurs going after their season ticket holders for selling the tickets to the Knicks fans.
Yeah.
Kind of conflicted about it, Joe. I mean, it's back in the 2005 finals. I did sell my tickets, right? So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I sold my tickets to the finals, but I was still in the building. I took the profits and I bought tickets elsewhere in the arena. So at least I was still there, right? Mm-hmm. I sold my ticket, bought a ticket, still in the building. But there are a lot of people who were cheering on the Spurs for 82 games, 41 at home, who went to all the playoff games, and then the Spurs make it to the finals, and they're like, okay, we're not going to go. We're going to sell our tickets. That's weird.
That's a lot of money. was a lot of money to be had for selling tickets, but also it came at a big cost. Got an incoming super chat.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And this from Jason Garcia. Thank you. Appreciate the chat. Super chat there. He says, Mike, where's your new man purse?
Well, I did get compliments over my Lucchese backpack, Joe. So, if you want to call that a man purse. Huh?
What did they say about the purse?
Oh, no, I had a guy come up to me who was like, hey, man, Lucchese is a great brand. I love your backpack. It's very, very nice. And Chica rolls up and says, oh, I got him also the duffel bag, and I got him the shave kit, or the toiletry bag. And, yeah, so no, it was good stuff. It was good stuff. But, you know, Spurs fans really showed their bellies when it came to Knicks fans, man. They just – I mean, they took the money. At the end of the day, that's part of capitalism, right? Is the right to sell your stuff. And
you know who else?
I know the Spurs are going after their ticket holders right now. Yeah, show my belly to the soccer fan out there. So I guess I chose a team because that's what was there. Barca.
Lost.
I was in Barcelona. Well, Barca wasn't playing. It was Spain's national team that was playing. But I bought some souvenirs. I bought both of those outfits there. So I got some soccer gear for the first time in my life.
There you go. At least you got something to come back home with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You were able to get through customs without having to. Did you buy any fruits? Did you buy any food?
So
that's that.
Oh no, that's Mexico, dude. Are you coming over with any plans or whatnot? So I keep going back and forth to the restroom, right? During our commercial breaks, some people are like, well, where is he? He disappeared. Running back and forth to the restroom because when you go on vacation, especially if it's a long vacation, you tend to have a lot of fluid in you. Dude, I've been pissing like a freaking
like a racehorse.
A racehorse all morning long, man. I took a water pill this morning.
Oh yeah, that's gonna clean you out, bro.
It's a lot of food, dude. It was a lot of food. Cruises are great though, man. I had a lot of fun. Had the casinos out there. Went to a casino in Barcelona that was interesting because check this out, Joe. Check this out for a casino. You've been to casinos before, right? You play blackjack or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you go to the tables there and you play blackjack, and you place your bet down there. Oh, you want to double down? You move the chips over, and then they pay you in chips, and they have to do the math and all that stuff. Dude, over there in Barcelona was so great, man. You bought in for like, let's say I bought it for $200, right, or €200. Yeah. It was like $225 here. Buy them for €200. They give you they don't give you chips, Joe. They give you a slip that you put into a machine, and it says you had 200 credits, and then you place your bet, and the dealer looks at it. The dealer doesn't go like hit or stay. They don't do that. You push the button, stay, hit, split, or double down. And then they don't pay you any chips because it counts your money and it pays you. Dude, they were doing that on Ultimate Texas Hold'em. They were doing that on craps. They were doing that all over the place. It was so great because you didn't have to worry about chips. And at the end of the day, when you cashed out, they gave you the same slip that you used for the slot machines. So like normally at a casino in the United States, the money that you use for the slots and the money you use for the tables are two different things.
Yeah.
It's not. It all works the same, dude. Telling you, they're like 23 years ahead of us in a lot of different things, Joe. But did not see any pickup trucks over there, Joe. Not one pickup truck the entire 13 days I went up and down Europe.
No trucks, no SUVs? Did they have SUVs?
No. Cars. No SUVs. A lot of scooters, a lot of Vespas, a lot of motorcycles, a lot of crotch rockets. It was interesting, man. It was interesting. It's like the United States, we're all about money. Over there, they're all about wine, going to the beach, relaxation, the work-life balance. It's a different vibe over there, man. They're just different people, man. We hung out with the locals a lot over there. They're just different people, man. It's just priorities are different.
You hung out with the peasants?
I didn't see very many peasants.
They don't have your version of the raza? You didn't see Euro raza?
Oh, dude, Chica and I in Barcelona walking up and down the stores, we saw two guys with Edgars. We're like, hey, look, they have Edgars in Barcelona.
Really?
Yeah. It was funny.
Euro Edgar, mira.
Rafa saying, surprised Michael didn't go to Ibiza.
You took a pill in Ibiza?
Matt Gomes says, Jason, I sat next to a guy at the bar that had Mike's mentality. Quote, soccer is a poor sport. All you need is dirt and a ball.
Oh my God, we got an incoming super chat from Sean Quintero.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And Sean, thank you for the support. Appreciate it. He says, I'm paying for Mike to disclose the purse amount.
I said her limit was 7,000.
Oh, Mike.
I said that before the show started. Before I left, I said that. Did she go above it or below it? That's the big question.
She went above. I already know. I already know. I know how Chica thinks. She's gonna be over there. She's like, "This is a good deal, Mike. This is a good deal, Mike."
Well, here's the thing about it, though, Joe. It's cheaper to buy those purses over there than it is in the U.S. because they're made. A lot of them are made over there, and on top of that, you get your tax and tariff back at the airport. So it was about 25 to 30% cheaper to buy them over there than it is to buy in the United States. So she's happy. I'll just say that she's happy. I'm not going to say the dollar amount. At least I won't say it this way. Joe, Sean, if you want to call me, maybe I'll do it that way. But yeah, no.
She's going to show her appreciation by how, Mike? By making you a good lunch, a good dinner, you know?
Mm-hmm. Making lots of things.
Yeah. No Perth is worth 7K. Stupid. No, it's not one. It's more than one. Oh, God.
Stupid. Let's say that she's happy. But again, I didn't spend money on a wedding. Everything that I spent over there was what I was going to spend on a wedding, but they're like, let's just go to Europe instead. Yeah. Matt Gomes is like, we don't need to know the amount. How many is the question? No, because then you can take that number and do the algebra yourself. So no, I'm not going to fall into that one.
That's quite a bit. Oh, look at, we're going to show some stats, right, from not only the World Cup, as far as the United States playing in their opener against Paraguay. It delivered record-breaking audience, Mike. 27.5 million viewers tuned in to watch the U.S. against Paraguay.
That's great, man.
On Friday. That's good.
You know what? When the U.S. has a team worth watching, that's a good thing, man. You know, the men's team has not gone past the quarters, if I'm not mistaken. I know the women's team has won it a couple of times. But if you have a team that has a legit chance of winning, it's going to happen where you're going to get the viewers. So that's good. That's a very good thing. Didn't they get like 4 goals in their first match? That's
4 goals. 4-1 was the final score, and that's a way that you're going to want to start off, because even the goals,
the amount of goals that you score.
Your audio went out, Joe.
Yeah, I got it. So the amount of goals that you score matters, right? The margin of victory matters. All these things matter in your grouping, right? So right now, the United States, they're leading their group right now because of the margin of victory, you know, and the number of goals that they had. They could have had 5, but they took one away, rightfully so. Guy was offside, so it didn't count. But nonetheless, they did a great job. And what was the viewership here for the Spurs and the Knicks as far as the NBA Finals is concerned?
One of the highest of all time also.
Yeah, it said Game 5 alone. It said they averaged 24.5 million viewers, peaked at 33 million, and they saw a staggering 157% increase compared to last year's Game 5. And it was the most watched final since 1998. 24.5 million was the average audience that the NBA Finals garnered.
I tell you what, Joe, sports in general, it's not just the World Cup. It's not just the NBA Finals. Dude, the Kentucky Derby had the biggest ratings it's had in the years as well. The Super Bowl did as well. I think there's something to be said about sports being back. Sports for a while there got very political, and people were upset with, whether it be Colin Kaepernick or Black Lives Matter or whatever, whether you're on for or against or whether it was right or wrong. There were people who got away from watching sports, and I think everyone's back. It's got to be a good thing for sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have sports back, be a healthy escape, right, from the everyday mundane life, of just working, working, working. I mean, this is an escape for people to go and have fun. And I
Yeah.
think everybody enjoyed watching this finals because it was competitive. Even though the Spurs lost the way they did, these games were exciting to watch. Came down sometimes to last second heroics, 30 seconds or less, 40 seconds. That was going to dictate the outcome of the game. Unfortunately for the Spurs, they were on the losing side of that, but they did show you one thing. Even though they're young, this is the worst version of the Spurs you're going to see in the NBA Finals. They're only going to get better from here on out.
And Dylan Harper's only going to get better, and De'Aaron Fox is only going to get worse.
Yep.
That's it. Joe, I'm looking at the screen. How dark do I look, man?
Look a little dark, bro. Look a little sun-kissed right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Suntan
was
on the
good?
suntan.
On our trip, when we went out there, right, to the beach, I didn't come back really burnt that bad. And I attribute
Oh, really?
it to Miss Quintero. Michelle, because she's a pharmacist, right? And she knows a lot about medicines and all this kind of stuff. She had brought some type of sunscreen, and we were out there all having a good time. She was going around everybody, and she was putting sunscreen on us so we wouldn't get burnt. So we would have, like, how they had in the World Cup where you had your water break, right? Now they have the water break. So
Yeah, the hydration break.
the hydration break. So stupid. But Michelle was taking care of all of us out there. So shout out to her. She was going out there and making sure that everybody had plenty of sunscreen on their person, on their face and everything, so you wouldn't get sunburned. So it actually worked. We did not get sunburned.
Lots of comments coming in right now. Jason Garcia says, "Pores don't do algebra." Joy-Con saying, "San Antonio can math, just don't ask us to read anything." Jesus. Some of these comments. So how does it work, Joe? Someone can point this out for me, because I remember watching the World Cup 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And you had 32 teams, and then you had 2 teams from each group make it to the final, the round of 16, and then the quarters and the semis and the championship.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, there's 48 countries that are in it this time. I tried looking at the brackets to see how I can figure that out. But how do you go from 48 down to 2? Like, what are they doing differently?
I don't know, man. Not too sure about that, Mike. Not sure how that math works. It's 48 teams now. Okay.
Yeah. So, but 32 collapses to 16, which collapses to 8.
Yeah.
But how do you get from 48 down? What's the eventually, how do you fall from 48 to 32? Are they taking 3 from this stage to advance over to make it 36 or 32? I don't know.
It says eight third place teams advance.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just okay. So 48. So basically, if you make it, if US gets a victory, one more victory in this group play, they're guaranteed to advance into the round of 32 at that point. Gotcha. That's just silly.
48 is only going to 32. Okay, the best 8 third place teams advance to the knockout stage.
Gotcha. So really, if Team USA advances to the next stage, they're just back at where they would be starting in the first round anyway. This is like the play-in tournament.
The warm-up.
Playoffs.
Yeah, the warm-up.
Very nice.
But then when you get to these better, you're going to move up and you go into another round there or another match. I mean, you're going to be playing a better quality of team, better caliber of team.
Right.
So it's going to get a little bit harder, And I agree, too, that USA match, I didn't expect the USA to have that good of a showing. I thought they were going to be okay. But for them to come out and really dominate the way they did, they looked really good.
Who they got next? They got Australia next. Is that who they got next?
Yeah, I think so, dude. That's gonna be tough, man.
Hey, man, get a draw. Like we were watching Cape Verde going up against Spain the other day. They had no desire, absolutely no desire to make a goal. Their whole goal was to what? We're here for the draw, baby. We're here for the draw.
The consolation prize. That's when they get the draw. Ole, ole, ole.
Ole, ole, ole. You know what the spread was, Joe? The spread was 3.5. Spain was favored by 3.5 goals.
Wow.
And there I am at a watch party over there at some bar over there, and everyone's just flipping out. And I had seen too much, man, from the Spurs losing a 29-point lead to Spain not being able to score a goal against a small ass country like Cape Verde, which I can't even. Like you can't even, no one knows where these countries are, right? They're like, yes, it's just playing Paraguay.
Show me on the map where they're located.
Show me on the map.
They're like, I got nothing.
Which is why soccer is for the poors.
And look at Sam C. He goes, people just tuned in to the United States to watch with no expectations. That was purely organic ratings boost.
Yeah, most definitely. And you know what? And it's exciting. It's the one time of the year or the one time out of the 4-year period where people get into it patriotically, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like people watch March Madness. They don't watch a lot of basketball in January. Well, right? People watch the NBA finals or the conference finals, but they're not watching a lot of games in November or January.
Yeah,
it's the same thing, man. I don't give two craps about Team USA soccer unless it's the World Cup. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it.
It represents the country, man, and you get excited, so you're watching.
Yeah,
I'll go get behind the team.
Go to the watch parties. All that's great. It's fun times, man.
We got to get you a hat, a
it's
USA
like
hat with the eagle on it.
Wow.
So you can make the sound, whatever sound an eagle makes. That's the sound you got to make.
I know. It's Samson says it's Cabo Verde. Man, I rather pay attention to Salsa Verde.
Oh Lord. Yeah, we got to go ahead and bring the show to an end, Miguelito, because I have to go ahead and get back to work, man.
All right, very nice, very nice. Everyone have a fantastic day. We will be back tomorrow. Again, congratulations, Joe, on episode number 600.
600.
Thank you to P.F. Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio downtown, for promoting today's show and sponsoring today's show. Thank you for all the super chats, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow talking more sports and pop culture. We'll be back.
And tomorrow will be the last show of the week because we will be off on Friday because of Juneteenth, and I will be enjoying a much-needed day off. And Mike, you're going to take the day off because you know what? We need it. We're tired. Spend the day with Chica.
22 hours, Joe, from leaving the hotel, being picked up by the Uber over there, to being dropped off by the Uber over here yesterday. 21 hours and 50 minutes, Joe. God.
You know what, Miguelito? I'll be over there with you and Chica probably on the
3rd.
Yeah, probably head out there on the 3rd. I'll leave here, won't do the show. I'll probably leave on July 3rd, head on out there to Conroe, hang out with you guys. Maybe go to the Woodlands and do some dinner or something.
Let's make it happen, brother.
All right. We'll see you boys tomorrow. You all be safe. We're out. Peace.
See ya.